What does that process do to the flavor profile?
I love their labels. It's always just like classic and elegant. You know, stately. Tokajai? Wine casks?
Sorry.
TOK. All these wine finishes are $371. And then they tax you. Those bastards. Like, it's a state-run liquor store. Why don't you just add that extra percent to the price? What's going on, D?
Happy Tuesday?
Happy Tuesday. It's a hot Tuesday.
It is. Summer's here.
It's really, really hot. I know, it just feels like a couple of sessions ago we were complaining that someone wasn't showing up, man, and it hurt me and came with a fury.
It's here.
Yeah. So it's probably got a real feel of 95 or so. It was like 100 yesterday.
It's thick out there.
It's really thick
out there.
Yeah.
Some pool time after this.
Definitely. That's a great idea. So I'm Tom.
I'm Derek.
It's Derek. Welcome to the Whiskey Cave. This hot Tuesday is a filming. So how's things with you?
It's good. You had a little travel.
I did have a little travel.
Did you find anything new?
Yeah. You fly, I drive. But,
yeah. Too old to drive.
Yeah, nothing overly exotic. Got some family down in the state of Virginia, and a little relaxation, a little pool time.
Any scavenging? Did you find any?
I did, of course. You know I can't travel without hitting up
That's my favorite part.
A liquor store too, of course. Yeah. So
something new and exciting.
What's new to the cave?
Yeah.
So I did. I managed. As a matter of fact, I went to 3 different liquor stores. And I'll be honest, I was actually a little disappointed.
It's hard.
I got some good stuff.
It's hard. Like
Virginia has a lot of liquor stores, especially in the northern Virginia market, and they're all state, just like New Hampshire, so it's all state run. And some are small and some are good sizes. And I know New Hampshire. I know where the cherry pickings are, right? And in Virginia,
which stores might have the right stuff.
I remember one liquor store that I walked into probably 5 or 6 years ago that was just like this, of a liquor store. All high-end Delmores, high-end Balvenies, they had a complete culvert of like $300 and up bottles. If you wanted that $7,000 Macallan, that's the store. That's where it was, right? And the first 2 stores I went to were small and a little lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
The third one I went into was in Ashburn, Virginia, which is Loudoun County, Virginia, which happens to be the richest county.
That should be good. Good probability there, right?
And I think this mysterious liquor store is in Loudoun County somewhere.
Just not this one.
Just not this one. This one was better than the other 2, but I did manage to kind of scrounge. I did pick up a few things. First off, I did have my brother-in-law and my sister. They were holding a bottle, actually 4 bottles that I actually bought. I had them go get. I think they've been holding on to it for maybe a year now.
Oh,
they were supposed to make the trip home with this relative, with that relative, and they just never made it.
So I had
to drive down and get it, and it's a bottle that supposedly is going to be released here in New Hampshire soon, but Virginia's had it for a while. Because I got a theory in New Hampshire liquor stores, they bring it into the warehouse and they just let it sit there, and it takes them like 6 months sometimes to get the certain whiskeys out to the shelves. So the bottle that I went down to pick up, actually the 4 bottles, is the single barrel proof rye of Jack Daniels.
Interesting.
And I'm not positive, but I don't think Jack's made this in a few years.
Okay.
Because the last time they had it, went flying off the shelf, people raved about it.
Yep.
Then you couldn't get it for the longest time. So when I found that it was in Virginia, because I actually do kind of scour the Virginia.
Sure, if you're in Virginia, someone down there to go pick it up.
Next time you're over there, grab me this.
Yep.
And that's obviously what took place here. So I screwed up 4 of them, and they've held on to them since. I still haven't seen them in New Hampshire. And then I go down there this time around, and they're friggin' everywhere.
Really?
I'm looking at them all like, if these were in New Hampshire, they'd be gone.
It's like me picking up the first fills when I saw them back on the shelf before they got re-released.
It's just fascinating on sometimes, different markets. Different strokes for different markets. In certain markets, maybe it's that Facebook group that just gets a buzz on a certain bottle, and boom, it's just gone. Like, I think this bottle would end up on a Facebook page up here in New England and would just be
disappear.
Gone. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is, I did have a little bit while I was down there.
Okay.
This is hazmat. This is straight up hazmat. This is 131.4 proof. And let me tell you something. When you drink it, you know it's 131.4.
Really?
This is some hot shit right here. But I mean, it's full of flavor.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the rye, that kind of proof, that's going to be spicy.
So, yeah, I scored a couple of those. For my Penelope fans, this is I'm going to butcher this. So this is aged 9 years. I'll see if I can get a highlight there. 9 years, straight rye whiskey finished in Tokajai wine casks.
Sorry.
No idea. TOK, all these wine finishes, right?
Those are cool, though.
They're fine. I love the wine finishes.
I've never heard of that one.
They're just coming up with new ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're also like, where'd this one come from? It's Tokaji. So if somebody wants to teach me how to pronounce that, I would love it. But the guy that ran a liquor store at the time raved about this. It was the last one on the shelf. He said, you better get it now. I said, why not? It's non-chill filtered. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to trying that. I like things finished in wine. I know you too.
I don't think I've ever had a Penelope.
But that's a rye finished in a wine. So that should be a little remnants of Midwinter's Night Dram.
Okay.
So, and something else I've never seen. How do you pronounce that?
I don't have my glasses on. Well, that's all Chinese.
That's all Japanese, I think. Maybe, yeah. It's all Japanese, yes. So this is a Japanese Hodozaki. I'm going to go with that. Small batch. I like the Japanese.
Yeah, so this should be interesting. That's probably going to be super smooth.
Look how clear
that's pretty clear.
Yeah, dirty water right there. But, yeah, not a lot of information on it. So this you're gonna judge this by taste and only taste.
That's cool though.
But yeah, that is definitely cool. That'll look good in the world of whiskey. This next one you're absolutely gonna love.
Yeah, I already saw that box.
You saw the box.
I saw the box. Yeah. You can't miss that logo.
In the last liquor store I stopped at. This is where I got this one.
Yeah.
Again, Ashburn, Virginia. Anybody that's familiar with that area is very affluent area. This, and I've never seen this one before. This is a Dalmore.
Which I'm a big fan of.
A big fan of. Luminary number 2, 2024 edition. This is a 16-year matured. Forgive me, I'm having a hard time with all the gold reflections reading this. Matured in American white oak ex-bourbon casks and finished in Graham's tawny port pipes.
Ooh.
And sherry casks with the lightest touch of exceptionally rare peated Dalmore.
Interesting.
You never had a peated Dalmore, have you?
They have a little bit. They're not peated, but they have a little bit like they.
This is proof that I did buy it. Proof that I was there. And I'm actually gonna go a rant on this here, so I'll leave that here for a minute.
All right.
Now it's a Dalmore. It's a pretty color, but I don't always trust the coloring of Dalmore. Unfortunately, I love their whiskey, but sometimes they color it. I'm not saying this one is or isn't, but she didn't come cheap. She rang in after tax, $371. And therein lies my beef. So here we are in New Hampshire. Now, New Hampshire, we're fortunate. Most things aren't taxed in New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. Right? The liquor store in New Hampshire is state run. You go to the liquor store, there's no tax on the booze. ABC store in Virginia is also state run. Mm-hmm. And then they tax you. Those bastards. Like, it's a state run liquor store. Why don't you just add that extra percent to the price? No, that's Virginia. Let's just get another tax on it. So it was actually a $350 bottle. There's actually 2 taxes on this. One at 5.3% and another one at 0.7%. I'm going to assume one of them's a county tax. Because in Virginia, they have a lot of county taxes. So, although I don't know for sure, I'm willing to bet that's what that is. There's a state tax and then there's a county tax. And
there's a 6%
and a breathing tax. So that was my liquor journey.
Cool.
Down Virginia.
Yeah.
This will find a nice home on the shelf, and
it's a big haul.
I don't know when, but we'll try this someday. I hope so.
We buy it just to collect dust, right?
No. Whiskey's for sherry. So yeah, a little 50. Well, yeah, I got a Scotch, got a Japanese, 2 Americans. It was all right. But we're not drinking these today.
No. So a couple weeks ago, we introduced a bottle I brought back from the Dominican. We're gonna open that up and try it tonight.
Excellent.
And then once we're done with that and we've reviewed it, I want to compare it or contrast it to the Balvenie Doublewood.
Okay.
Because the contents are fairly similar.
I'll get some glasses.
So this is the creation of a classic. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. This is their first kind of go at a finished Scotch. So
Now you were telling us that Balvenie gets credit for being the first one to finish.
so back in like '82, the story on the bottle says that they were the first one to finish. So take it from one barrel and put it into another barrel and add a secondary flavor. So they may have done the whole batch in sherry and made a sherry Scotch, but they hadn't put it in bourbon first and then put it in a sherry.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, they could have started batches with the American oak.
Right.
They could have started batches with the sherry, but they never, at this point, moved one to the other.
And then historically, right? So they've been making Scotch for a lot longer than the U.S. has been a country.
Yep.
So they would use French sherry as barrels. They reuse barrels. So sherry and ports, those were things they were using in the past to bottle whiskey. That's not new, but it was new for them to take it from one thing and put it into another. So this is the same kind of combination, bourbon, ex-bourbon barrels, and then into a sherry barrel. And then the Balvenie Doublewood is some percent of it is aged in sherry, some percent of it is aged in ex-bourbon barrels, and then it's blended together.
We'll recap that when we
Yes,
get there, 'cause that can be a little confusing.
Yeah, I want to. What does that process do to the flavor profile?
I love their labels. It's always just like classic and elegant, stately. You won't be disappointed by this. It's a classic Balvenie nose.
Yeah, I would say at first pass it's pretty similar. Cat fur on the mustache.
Light tendencies of honey.
It's got some sweetness to it.
But so Balvenie. So nothing here is peated.
No.
This is a classic Speyside / Highland Scotch. I've always thought Balvenie kind of had a little bit of an earthy tenor to it compared to either the Glenfiddich or Orangey.
Not peated, but it had a little earthiness to it.
A little earthiness to it, yeah.
So I think this is probably a little sweeter on the nose than the Doublewood. Oh.
Amps up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's got a very seasoned palate and finish.
More fruity than I was anticipating.
See, I'm getting the fruit on the palate. The finish, I'm getting more of a seasoned fruit, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's got a little more spice on the end. Not like spice hot, but just like it's got more
chicken seasoning or something.
More zing. More zest. Kind of at the end of it.
Yeah. A little orange zest in there.
And honestly,
we got orange zest out of that other Balvenie.
Distinctively different.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. So this is a Oloroso sherry. I think it's got a lot of Balvenie tendencies.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, this is only a 700 milliliter bottle, so dip the 50 milliliters here somewhere.
European release.
Yes, European release. Well, this was the duty free, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that explains that for sure.
They probably, because this was like a specialty release kind of thing, they probably only made one bottle size. They weren't going to make a U.S. version and a European version.
Now, what did this run you?
It was like 80, about the same as the Doublewood.
Okay, so this is a phenomenal $80 bottle.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say somewhere in the 150 to 180 range, and I would not have been surprised one bit.
So I did like read some reviews on this when I was kind of doing some research on it, and it didn't get particularly great reviews. I'm actually very happy with it.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a little fruitier version of the first fill.
I was thinking the same thing. This is like a finished first fill.
Yeah.
Which, to a certain extent, makes a lot of sense. Because the first fill is just the straight,
Great, yeah.
ex-bourbon barrels, but the first time that they're aged in a bourbon barrel.
So you want to compare this
To the Doublewood.
to the
classic.
Doublewood, the classic, our original go-to.
Yep.
Any initial thoughts on what you think? What's your expectation?
Well, going into this, I thought this might be a little bit more, have a little more sherry tendencies, so maybe a little sweeter, a little fruitier. But I thought it would be fairly similar. I think there's going to be some significant differences.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to set this aside and...
You want to rate this first?
Sure. Oh, yeah. You go first.
I'll go first. Okay. Nose is elegant, pleasant. It's not earth-shattering or robust or anything. Just soft and elegant would probably be my perspective. 8.1, 8.2 on the nose. This has got a really good everyday drink quality to it. It's just consistent. And its price point is mind-boggling at this point. Palate 8.4, finish 8.5.
So...
I'll have to pour another one to compare. This is an easy drink.
Yes. And I don't want to... I'm not going to give it extra points because of its economy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to go like 8.0 on the nose. It's pleasant. There's not a lot there to it. 8.3 on the palate. I really enjoy the palate. I like to let it tail off just a little bit to 8.2 on the finish.
Oh, so we're a little backwards palate to finish. Yeah, I went up.
And I actually preferred the palate.
No, so I actually prefer the finish. I that little bit of zing, it lingers beautifully. Again, it stays elegant.
I would have liked the flavors on the palate to linger longer. So it that transition. I would like that first flavor to linger longer.
Gotcha.
And it transitioned
a
little sharply. But as a 12 year for what you pay them for, that's very good. Not that it won't be a daily drinker because finding it's going to be very difficult.
Sure. No, but I would put this right up there with the first fill, Balvenie, in terms of an under $100 Balvenie. Again, not necessarily a daily drinker, but from Scotch perspective, an approachable drinker. Yeah. I know that's all relative terms, but so let's I get 2 more glasses here. I think I'm gonna like this better than the Doublewood.
I think I am too. Don't confuse them.
Well, it's a little darker.
A little darker.
All right, so I want to re-explain this. This is finished in oak barrels. I'm sorry, this is matured in oak barrels. Yep. Then removed from the oak barrel.
Ex-bourbon barrels.
Yep, and then finished
in ex-sherry barrels.
In a sherry barrel. This, let's see the bottle. A portion was matured in ex-bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
A portion was matured in ex-sherry. neither one of them came from one barrel to the other than they
get blended at some
they
point
get
in the
blended
bottling
at the
process.
end.
That's my understanding of.
That's exactly how I took it as well. So finite differences there. I think this nose is a little bit more amped up. And believe it or not, I'm getting a little magic marker out of this.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I'm getting a little bit more alcohol.
I wouldn't call it alcohol, but I'm definitely getting a Sharpie, which I would have never... Which is fascinating sometimes when you go from one bottle to another, one glass to another. You
when's the last time we did like a tasting for it? It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Maybe a little volume up on that honey note that I was getting on this one. But I would say the nose in general is a little bit more up in volume. Not much.
I get more scent. But I think it's a little bit more...
Not as elegant.
Yes, it's a little more aggressive, a little more rough.
Yeah.
I think the flavors are a lot more subdued.
It is. And definitely more earthy.
Yes, definitely on the finish.
Yes.
It doesn't have that little zest at the end of it.
No,
this isn't quite as fruity.
This is more fruity and zest. This is more hay.
Yeah. Fresh cut grass.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, if I had poured this to you and you didn't know that this was a Doublewood, you wouldn't have gotten this being a Doublewood, would you?
Probably not.
I wouldn't have.
No.
And
it's very grassy today.
it's very grassy today, yeah.
And that's something to note. Like, the thing you drank before it, the thing you ate before it, it can, cloud or give you different impressions of how these things taste. So we might try this again in 2 months and it might taste different. Subtly. Yeah, this is a lot more the first fill tendencies.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
A little cleaner, a little lighter.
Cleaner, lighter. Again, a little bit more fruit, a little bit more zest. We keep saying that. And I'm surprised on how earthy this turned out to be. And I always describe Balvenie as being the earthier of the Highland and Speyside varieties, but it's really amped up here.
Yeah, but for almost exactly the same money.
No question.
I drink that one every day.
All day. Yes. Duty free for the win.
Yeah, this is 2 wins on that trip. I'm pretty happy with both those purchases.
Yeah, good odds.
I've had pretty good luck. I mean, I had a few. The 16-year Triple Wood was not something I really enjoyed. And then the Highland Park I picked up a couple years ago. Wasn't a big fan of that one.
Which I don't remember the Highland Park you grabbed. I grabbed a few varieties. And some of those special Highland Park there.
It had like a... I can't remember. It had like a wolf or a bear on it.
Oh, yes. I recall that. You're right. So it's a Viking to honor thing in here in the States. So they're core line. And they're duty free.
It's the same kind of special.
Same kind of concept, but instead of Vikings, I think it's wolves and animals and things.
And that one was just okay.
Yeah. Well, this was a fun experiment.
It was.
Yeah.
So you're up for next week. What are we going to do next week?
I don't know. It's a great question. We should, we've had a couple of New to the Caves. Maybe we
break out one of those?
Break out one of those. We also, I don't know, we've talked about this a few times. We have the 3 different Blantons.
We probably should do that. We've teased that a couple times.
I know, but yeah. So yeah, maybe we're looking at doing that. We'll see. Let us know in the comments maybe if you got a preference.
Yeah, what do you want to see?
Are we cracking that down more a little earlier than anticipated?
Honestly, I think that one still needs it needs to percolate a little.
I gotta make room on the shelf.
I gotta see it on the shelf for a little while and build up some anticipation.
And tease you with it.
Yeah. But we crack open that Japanese, we have no idea what we're getting into.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes that's fun. No anticipation, no expectations.
0 expectation. I love. You have no idea, no media bias or marketing bias. It's just you in a bottle. Do you like it or not?
Yep.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll give it some thought.
Cool.
And we'll go from there. But thanks for the pour, man.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate it. So you like this? Do that like, share, follow thing. Let us know what you want us to try. If you got anything you want us to try and experiment with, give us a shout. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time in the cave.
Stay cool.
Kind of ain't staying cool today, buddy.